Shalom. Let's start out by giving our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rahakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, millstone salutations to those for lit. That's pushing this truth across four corners of the earth in all fair truth and sincerity. This I'm on one about back again sitting. This we're going to real quick, not gonna make this too long. Just how the Lord, how the elect of the so-called Negro, Latino natives, which are the Israelites, the elect of Israel. Hopefully I'm probably righteous number, but the elect, of Israel, they're not gonna give up, in teaching this word of Lord Yahweh. They're not gonna stop, keeping the faith in the Lord Yahweh. They're gonna keep on going and doing what they gotta do. No matter what things in this life, comes about, no matter what, happens within your life, the elect, is gonna continue to, do the will of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, because if you're the elect, if you're the elect number, you're gonna have that spirit of, hey, no matter what I'm going through, you're gonna continue to teach the word, no matter, what's going on around you. The elect focus is to to do the will of the Lord Yahweh, to teach His word, and and continue to it's over with. The elect gonna fight to the end, gonna keep on teaching His word of Lord Yahweh, no matter what, and pushing His truth no matter what, and keeping the faith in Lord Yahweh no matter what, and not selling out, and not give up, in on the Lord, and not teaching His truth, because like I said, Lord Yahweh, he won't give up on you if you're the elect. Yahweh, he ain't gonna, he keep His word, and like I said, the elect, Yahweh, if you're the elect, you're gonna be, in the spirit, you're gonna be in the spirit of Lord Yahweh, of finishing, do what you gotta do, finishing, the works, and teaching the word of Lord Yahweh. You're gonna keep on believing and keep on pushing, and keep on believing, no matter what, things come upon you in this lifetime, but I'm getting into it. It's on Romans 8:35. Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? It says Christ, but it's Hamashiach in the Hebrew. Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? So no tribulation, no troubles, or distress, or persecutions, famine, or nakedness, or peril, excuse me, or sword. None of these things that, that's gonna come upon the elect, is not gonna separate, from it's not gonna separate you from Lord Yahushua, Hamashiach, Hamashiach Yahushua, so the elect is not gonna be excuse me, hold on. The elect is not gonna be phased of. Let me see. Yeah, the elect is not gonna be shaken, or not gonna let nothing not gonna let nothing in this world take them away from this truth, because if you're the elect, if you're of the elect number, you're gonna continue to teach His word and keep prophesying the downfall of this place, America, Babylon the Great. No matter what you may be going through, I say, hungry, you you got no place to stay, you know, whatever it may be, right? You know, you gonna continue to teach His word to to it's over with, right? Until the Lord Yahushua said that's enough. He takes His word away. Because when that happens, when Lord Yahushua takes His word away, this truth, this place is gonna go straight downhill. Destruction, nothing but all out death and destruction is coming upon the place, America, Babylon the Great. And so they let if you of that number, you're gonna be exempt. And have mercy by the Lord Yahushua. You kept the faith, no matter what. You kept the faith unto the end, even unto death. If it comes down to that. But the elect is not gonna give up. The elect gonna continue to fight and push through the hard times or sufferings and troubles, that's gonna come upon them, come upon the elect. But next verse, Romans 8:36, as it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. So hey, the elect, man, kid all day long, he going through things, and hey, you in this, this truth, you against the ways of this world, you're gonna have those attacks come upon you, and people, just not liking you because you believe in this truth, like say you're just getting, just dealing with the sufferings, man, that comes with this truth. Everything is not always gonna be, it's a balance, and everything is not gonna be, sunshine and rainbows. Everything ain't gonna be, going well, good. It's a balance, right? You're gonna have your ups, you're gonna have your downs, and like I said, nothing common to man, we go through, but in this truth, that, whatever you may be going through or facing, that, Lord Yahushua is gonna, strengthen your spirit to get through. But me, myself, first and foremost, you gotta pray to Lord Yahweh, to the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushua. You gotta pray to Lord Yahushua, to strengthen your faith and to, and to not give you the plague of the mind, to not lose the spirit, to continue to, have the spirit of Lord Yahushua upon you, to teach this word and keep believing until the end, hopefully, if you're the elect, Lord Yahushua gonna keep that spirit on you anyway, it's just in you, like I said, the elect is built different. The elect is, like I said, the elect gonna have crazy faith now and going forward, we're just gonna, don't care what people think of or whatever, right? The men of the Lord that teach His truth, word Lord Yahushua, they're gonna continue just to push His word no matter what. Let me see. So I'm going to the next verse. Romans 8:37. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through Him that love us. So the elect is gonna no matter what, like I say, may come upon the elect gonna conquer, through the spirit power, through the spirit power of Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua. The Lord Yahushua, he cares for His elect. If you're a part of the righteous number, and I said, hopefully I am, but I said it's all about the elect. If you ain't part of that number, you're not gonna keep the faith in Lord Yahushua. You're not gonna keep teaching His word. Which is a scary thing, right? You're not gonna stop believing. You're not gonna show no type of effort or care into teaching His word, Lord Yahushua. You're just gonna phase out, which is and then like I said, it's just gonna lead to Lord Yahushua. He just gonna bring judgment upon you, eventually. And but it's gonna be worse, but like I say, me myself first and foremost, and I know hopefully the Lord y'all shall have mercy on me and keep the spirit on me to keep teaching the word and push what I push what I know through the spirit, Lord y'all shall with my portion, and just keep doing it until it's all over to the end, but the elect is not gonna give up no matter what you may be going through, in this life. Cause like I said, it's temporal. All this stuff is temporal. Having fun in this, you really can't. You're having fun in this world right now in this system, and this is the end of this. This place is going down. Trying to have fun in this world right now, man. Man, ain't like back in the days. Things was affordable. You ain't really had to stress about money like that. And like I say, now, man, it's everything's just ridiculous high priced out and stuff, and and I say things gonna get worse, man, because a lot of folks gonna, a lot of people still gonna be losing jobs more and getting laid off, and money gonna get real low, and like the price of things is not gonna go down. Not the situation going on in Iran is still going on, and it's gonna get worse, man. It ain't gonna get no better. So to have fun and worry about the things in this life, man, shit. We at the end. This the end, of this wicked world of the so-called white people. So-called white people, red Edomite devils. And I said the only ones that gonna keep their faith and be strong in faith, Lord, y'all shall the elect. Getting weak and getting weak in this time right now, or losing your faith right now is not good, but like I say, man, and I'm just gonna say, it's all about the elect, man. Like I said, the elect gonna keep that faith, man. Hopefully I keep my faith until the end. I keep believing. Lord, y'all shall have mercy upon me, keep His spirit on me, until the end. Fight, just keep believing until the end. Keep fighting, keep pushing His word and truth, till it's over with. But this verse, Romans 8:38. Romans 8:38. For I am persuaded that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come. Go to the next verse. Romans 8:39. Nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of the Most High Yahweh, which is in Hamashiach Yahushua our Lord. So nothing, is going to separate the elect. Is not going to be separated from this truth of the word Lord Yahushua. This love and truth of Lord Yahushua. The elect is gonna keep on believing and pushing. I said again, like I said, the elect of Israel, Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino natives, the men of Lord that teaches truth from the apostles and the elders and Brother Great Millstone. The men of Lord that had His truth. They're gonna continue to teach. Because they got crazy faith. They believe in Lord Yahushua. It's just like I said, the elect is have a different spirit, built different than the rest of this people of this world and of Israel too. Of Israelites that they might know they're Israelites, but do they really have the faith? Do they really have real faith in Lord Yahushua? Do they really have Yahushua in them? To really believe, and no matter what you may be going through, or you may lose this or that, but you continue to still believe Lord Yahushua because like I said, the elect just have that crazy faith, and believing and knowing that Lord Yahushua is going to deliver you out your situations, out your troubles, and protect you and have hedge of protection you in these troubles, no matter what was going on around you. You could, me myself first and foremost, continue to, like I say, pray to Lord Yahushua for mercy and deliverance and strengthen your faith and not get a plague in the mind, not lose the spirit, pray fast, that's what it just boils down to. But like I say, if you're the elect, You're gonna keep on believing, pushing this truth, you know, no matter what you go through in this life. You know, so let's see something real quick. I think that might be it. So yeah, so hope the Lord willing, hope this air fine. Hope Lord willing, hope this air fine. You know, I didn't want to make it too long, so again, I like to give all praise. I like to get all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rahakakadash, to the apostle elders, to the Sisakin brothers, to the few Akwaf sisters that do listen, keep the faith in Yahushua, keep fighting. That say shalom.